Get ready for the news that is shaking up the music world. We begin with the incredible career pivot of Jim Manzie. This Australian songwriter, famous for crafting hits for All 55 and The Breakers, has unexpectedly launched a second, wildly successful career by composing epic scores for Hollywood horror films. We dive into how this unexpected move from pub rock songwriting to cinematic orchestration changed everything for Manzie, and what it took to get him into the world of horror soundtracks. Scenes of major television hits. You won't want to miss these deep dives into the creative minds shaping television. And finally, we wrap up with a massive franchise revival. Get ready for the ultimate crossover as Tubi has snagged the next iteration of Scooby-Doo in the form of an anime series. This new Yakoso Scooby-Doo will take Shaggy and Scooby on a foodie adventure through Japan, unleashing mythical monsters in a brand new mystery. Tune in now to see how this beloved classic is getting a wild, chaotic, and totally unexpected reinvention. Noi Dung Kai Tait. Australian songwriter and musician Jim Manzie has successfully transitioned from writing hits for All 55 and The Breakers to forging a second, highly successful career composing scores for Hollywood horror films. The shift was catalyzed by a failed record deal in Los Angeles, which unexpectedly led to his first soundtrack assignment for the 1987 anthology film, From a Whisper to a Scream, starring Vincent Price. And Manzie's move into film composition represented a dramatic pivot from pub rock songwriting to the technical demands of orchestral scoring, synthesizer programming, and cinematic composition. After relocating to Los Angeles for a solo career, the collapse of his proposed deal left him in a difficult period. A crucial turning point occurred when a producer approached him, seeking a composer for a film featuring Vincent Price. Manzie seized the opportunity, recalling how he accepted a VHS tape, despite having limited prior film experience, to begin the process. And initially apprehensive about film scoring, Manzie noted the challenge of relinquishing creative control, stating, "I thought, how can they chuck my music out?" He overcame this by collaborating with keyboard player Pat Regan from Quiet Riot and drawing on connections made through Australian industry figures to secure the initial project. And the experience necessitated a complete overhaul of his creative methodology. Manzie explained that film composition required technical mastery, involving learning MIDI and home studio production, a stark contrast to songwriting. Horror music or music for films is not really written on guitar. It's written on keyboards, he stated. And this new skill set rapidly expanded his opportunities, leading to further soundtrack contributions for films such as Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre III, and Pumpkinhead II, Blood Wings. This success not only bolstered his career, but also helped secure his American work visa through a subsequent 3-picture deal. And Manzie credits his background in songwriting for proving valuable in the film industry, as both disciplines rely on instinctive emotional timing and strong hooks. He summarized his diverse career path by saying he has had success across rock and roll, jingles, producing hard rock bands, and now Hollywood film scoring. The resurgence of interest in the Breakers' recordings is prompting renewed discussion about the overlooked links between Australia's pub rock scene and the international music industry in the 1980s, marking Manzie's journey from Sydney pubs to Hollywood horror as an opportunistic leap of faith. Laika Studios is making significant waves, demonstrating a mastery of animation that blends physical stop motion with cutting-edge CGI to create visually stunning and emotionally deep narratives. Known for award-winning films like Paranorman and Coraline, the studio's latest production, Wildwood, is currently breaking records, achieving trailer views of up to 85 million, surpassing the combined views of Dune 3 and the Odyssey trailers. Wildwood adapts a children's fantasy novel, showcasing Laika's signature aesthetic of soft, comforting hues combined with a flawless integration of physical and digital worlds. The film's trailer highlights the seamless blending of traditional stop-motion with CGI enhancements, underscoring the meticulous, handcrafted nature of every character and the incredible attention to detail in world building. In an era dominated by AI, Laika prioritizes human artistry, asserting that timeless work requires time and authenticity over algorithmic efficiency. The studio deliberately avoids mass-market fairy tales, carving out a niche for gothic, spooky, and emotionally mature stories that resonate deeply with audiences, proving animation can be genuinely dark and eerie. Critics and viewers praise the film's realistic detail, noting it as one of the most detailed stop-motion productions seen. While not as heavily VFX-driven as some mainstream competitors, Laika's grounded weight comes from their control over physical sets, puppets crafted from resin and advanced materials, and sophisticated digital effects. Looking ahead, Laika is aiming to elevate Wildwood into a major theatrical event, with marketing efforts focused on creating cultural momentum, signaling an ambitious push into new animation styles that could gain traction at events like Cannes 2026. The studio remains undeterred by the current landscape, committed to pushing creative boundaries and exploring new directions. The Emmy season is heating up, and The Hollywood Reporter is launching a highly anticipated roundtable series this week, featuring a star-studded lineup of A-list talent. The series, which has been Emmy-nominated, kicks off on Wednesday, May 20th, with conversations curated by THR's Lacey Rose and Mikey O'Connell. Participants include Shrinking's Harrison Ford, The Pit's Noah Weil, The Comeback's Lisa Kudrow, Love Story's Sarah Pidgeon, and stand-up comedian Nikki Glaser, among many others. The Roundtable series is known for its unfiltered format, delivering candid, thoughtful, and often hilarious discussions about bizarre fan interactions, viral memes, and regrettable auditions. Filmed across several days this spring at the Georgian Hotel in Santa Monica, the series is lauded for its unparalleled ability to consistently curate high-caliber conversations. All participants involved are eligible for the 2026 Emmy Awards. The lineup for this year is extensive and segmented into several rounds. The Comedy Actors Roundtable features talent such as Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Riz Ahmed, Zach Braff, and Harrison Ford. The Comedy Actresses Roundtable showcases Quinta Brunson, Hannah Einbinder, Lisa Kudrow, and Keek Palmer. The Drama Actors Roundtable includes Noah Weil, Richard Gadd, and Charlie Hunnam, while the Drama Actresses Roundtable features Carrie Coon and Claire Danes. Finally, the Stand-Up Roundtable brings together Nikki Glaser alongside Mark Maron and Wanda Sykes. The series will roll out weekly online on THR.com and YouTube, providing fans with exclusive access to these in-depth discussions. Warner Bros. Animation has announced the upcoming anime adaptation of the beloved Scooby-Doo series, titled Yakoso Scooby-Doo. The new animated iteration will transport the classic crime-solving Great Dane to Japan, with the series scheduled to premiere on Tubi in the United States and Cartoon Network internationally. This marks the first anime series in the franchise's long history. The production will be handled by Japan's OLM Studios, with Itsuro Kawasaki directing and Francisco Paredes serving as co-producer. Sam Register, president of Warner Bros. Animation, Cartoon Network Studios, and Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe, expressed excitement about the collaboration. We're excited to partner on this next chapter as we push the Scooby-Doo franchise forward with its first-ever original anime series. Register stated, adding that the show will feature new mysteries, hijinks, and Scooby snacks brought to life through dynamic anime artistry. The plot of Yakoso's Scooby-Doo centers on Shaggy and Scooby, voiced by Frank Welker and Matthew Lillard, as they embark on an ultimate foodie adventure through Japan. While exploring the country, they inadvertently unleash hundreds of mythical monsters causing nationwide trouble. They will receive assistance from Scooby's uncle, Daesukdu, alongside new allies, the magical girl Yume and the gadget whiz Takumi, as they tackle a new mystery filled with monster chasing and chaos. Tubai Chief Content Officer Adam Lewinson emphasized the strategic vision behind the project. By bringing Scooby and Shaggy into a bold anime world set in Japan, we're connecting with global fandoms and delivering the kind of fun, chaotic mystery that travels across generations, Lewinson noted. He added that this aligns with Tubai's approach to fan-first storytelling, aiming to be familiar, surprising, and distinctly Tubai. Yakoso's Scooby-Doo is one of 2 upcoming projects continuing the franchise's legacy. Netflix's live-action series, Scooby-Doo, Origins, which chronicles the formation of Mystery Inc., has already begun filming in April.